In the heart of ancient Greece, two brothers stood out among mortals and gods alike, Castor and Pollux, known together as the Dioscuri, the sons of Zeus. Their story is woven into the very fabric of Greek mythology, echoing through centuries as a symbol of brotherhood and devotion. Their mother, Queen Leda of Sparta, was famed for her beauty and grace. On a fateful night she gave birth to twins, but each child had a different father. Pollux was the immortal son of Zeus, king of the gods, while Castor was the mortal son of King Tyndareus, ruler of Sparta. This unique parentage set them apart from birth, blending the divine with the human in a single family. Despite their different origins, the brothers were inseparable. Their bond was forged not just by blood, but by a deep and unwavering love for one another. They faced every challenge side by side, their loyalty to each other unbreakable. Castor, known for his gentle spirit, became the greatest horseman in all of Greece, admired for his skill and kindness. Pollux, on the other hand, was fierce and unmatched in the art of boxing, his strength and courage legendary among mortals and gods. Together they formed a legendary team, their talents perfectly complementing each other. Their loyalty and love became renowned across the land, inspiring songs, stories, and even prayers from those who admired their unity. Growing up in the rugged land of Sparta, they shared every adventure, every secret, and every hardship. Whether training in the gymnasium or exploring the wild countryside, they never let their different natures or destinies come between them. Their story is not just one of heroism and adventure, but of the profound love that can exist between siblings, a love that endures through every trial. Where one brother went, the other was never far behind. They were two halves of a whole, their lives intertwined in ways that even the gods envied. Their connection ran so deep that often, words were unnecessary. A single glance or gesture was enough to convey their thoughts and feelings. To the world, they were more than just brothers. They were twins in spirit and in heart, admired for their unity and strength. Their tale would become a lesson in sacrifice, showing that true strength lies not in power or immortality, but in the willingness to stand by those you love, no matter the cost. The legend of Castor and Pollux endures, reminding us that the greatest strength may be the love we share with those closest to us, a love that can bridge even the gap between mortality and divinity. This is the legend of Castor and Pollux, the Dioscuri, brothers whose story continues to inspire centuries after their time. Castor and Pollux were more than princes. They were heroes. They joined the hunt for the monstrous Caledonian boar, their teamwork unmatched among Greece's greatest. Castor's mastery of horses and Pollux's fighting skill made them a formidable pair. They sailed with Jason on the Argo, facing storms and monsters. During a deadly storm, 2 stars appeared above their heads, calming the sea and saving the crew, earning them the devotion of sailors forever. They rescued their sister Helen, proving themselves champions of the innocent. Every adventure strengthened their bond, but their greatest challenge would come not from monsters but from within their own family. Their legend was built on courage, loyalty, and the unbreakable unity between brothers. Tragedy often begins with something small. A single moment, a careless word, or a simple act that sets fate in motion. In ancient Greece, even the most powerful heroes were not immune to the subtle forces that could unravel families and destinies alike. For Castor and Pollux, the legendary Dioscuri, their downfall was seeded not by a mighty battle, but by a herd of cattle and a rivalry with their own cousins, Idas and Lynceus. What seemed like an ordinary day in the countryside would soon ignite a chain of events that no one could have foreseen. After a successful raid, the cousins gathered to divide the spoils. Idas, cunning and ambitious, proposed a contest to determine who would claim the cattle. But beneath his words was a hidden scheme. He tricked the Dioscuri, seizing all the cattle for himself and Lynceus, leaving Castor and Pollux with nothing but anger and disbelief. The twins felt a deep sting of betrayal, not just as warriors but as brothers wronged by their own kin. Their honor, the very core of their identity, was wounded in a way that could not be ignored. This act of deceit planted a festering resentment and a burning thirst for justice in their hearts. The sense of injustice grew with every passing moment, transforming their pain into a powerful resolve. In the world of heroes, honor was everything. It was the measure of a man, the legacy he left behind, and the bond that held families together. To lose it was to lose oneself. Castor and Pollux, united by blood and purpose, swore an oath to each other. They would not let this injustice stand, no matter the cost. Their resolve was unbreakable, their unity legendary. The sacred bond of family, once a source of strength, had been shattered by greed and deception. The rift between the cousins grew wider, echoing through the halls of their ancestors. What began as a simple dispute over cattle would soon spiral into a tragic conflict, drawing in not just the brothers, but their entire family and legacy. The twins' sense of betrayal became a driving force, pushing them toward revenge. Their hearts, once filled with brotherly love, now burned with the need to restore their honor. Their legendary unity, forged through countless trials, would now be tested by the bitter seeds of resentment sown by their own blood. The stage was set for a confrontation that would change not only their fate, but the fate of all who bore witness. The winds of destiny began to howl, carrying the promise of tragedy. The Dioscuri would not rest until their honor was restored, even if it meant facing the darkness within their own family. The seeds of conflict had been sown, and there was no turning back. Determined to reclaim their honor, Castor and Pollux planned a daring raid on their cousins. Not only did they recover the stolen cattle, but they also abducted Phoebe and Helaira, the brides-to-be of Idas and Lynceus. This act escalated the feud from property to personal vendetta. Anticipating pursuit, the twins set a trap along the road home, hiding near a hollow oak tree. Castor concealed himself inside the tree, while Pollux waited nearby, ready for ambush. Confident in their plan, they believed victory was within reach, but they underestimated their cousin's determination and Lynceus's supernatural sight. The conflict was about to reach its deadly climax. The ambush unraveled in a heartbeat when Lynceus, gifted with supernatural vision, pierced the shadows and spotted Castor concealed behind the ancient oak. The forest, once silent, now seemed to hold its breath as the fateful moment arrived. Idas, burning with fury and loyalty to his brother, hurled his spear with deadly force. The weapon tore through the thick trunk, striking Castor and dealing a mortal wound. The clash of metal and the cry of pain shattered the stillness of the woods. Pollux, hearing his beloved brother's anguished cry, was overcome with rage and heartbreak. Without hesitation, he burst from his hiding place, charging into the fray with a warrior's fury. In a swift and brutal clash, Pollux faced Lynceus. Their swords flashed in the dappled light, but Pollux's grief gave him strength, and he struck Lynceus down in a single devastating blow. Idas, now consumed by grief and rage at the loss of his brother, seized a heavy stone. He attacked Pollux with all his might, nearly overpowering him in a desperate struggle for vengeance. The violence and heartbreak of the battle did not go unnoticed. Above, the sky darkened as the gods themselves turned their gaze to the mortal conflict below. From his throne atop Olympus, Zeus intervened. With a blinding flash, he hurled a thunderbolt to the earth, striking down Idas before he could deliver a fatal blow to Pollux. When the storm cleared, the battlefield was silent. 2 brothers lay dead, and 2 survivors were left to bear the weight of their loss. The tragedy was complete, and the cost of vengeance was written in blood. Pollux rushed to Castor's side, desperate to save him, but the wound was too grave. He cradled his brother, tears streaming down his face as the life faded from Castor's eyes. The immortal brother held his dying twin, his heart breaking under the weight of grief. In that moment, Pollux would have given anything to save Castor, even his own immortality. The cost of vengeance was unbearable, leaving only sorrow and regret in its wake. The legendary bond of the Dioscuri, once unbreakable, was shattered by the cruelty of fate and the pain of loss. Pollux's pain and longing would echo to the heavens, his cries reaching even the gods. Yet the story of the Dioscuri was not yet over. Their fate would shape legends for generations to come. Pollux, devastated, begged Zeus to let him die with Castor, unable to bear immortality without his brother. He offered to give up eternal life for one more moment together. Moved by Pollux's love, Zeus offered a choice: remain immortal on Olympus, or share his immortality with Castor. Pollux chose his brother over divinity. Zeus granted them a unique fate, to share life and death, together always. The brothers would spend one day in the underworld, the next on Olympus, never parted. Their love had overcome even the boundary between life and death. The gods and mortals alike were awed by this sacrifice. The legend of the Dioscuri became a symbol of ultimate devotion. Their story was about to be written in the stars. To honor their bond, Zeus placed Castor and Pollux in the night sky as the constellation Gemini. The twins would shine together for eternity, a beacon of loyalty and sacrifice. Sailors, athletes, and all who sought protection looked to Gemini for hope. The Dioscuri became patrons of travelers and guardians of oaths. Their story was retold for generations, inspiring all who heard it. Even now, the constellation reminds us of the power of love and family. Castor and Pollux' legacy endures as a symbol of unbreakable unity. Their tale teaches that true love means sharing both joy and sorrow. When we look up at Gemini, we remember two brothers who defied fate itself. Their light shines on, a testament to the eternal strength of brotherhood.